India's defense sector is exploding. New factories, record exports, and billions pouring into homegrown manufacturing. We even have startups with barely 20 crore in revenue being valued at 1,000 crore purely on the projection of triple-digit growth in the next decade. Unheard of, unmatched, and unstoppable. But here is a part almost no one is talking about. Who will move, store, secure, and keep all this mission-critical equipment battle ready? Because behind every missile, drone, sensor, ship, and system, there is a silent giant: defense logistics. No logistic means no mission readiness. This is a sector which will hit logistic revenue of $205 billion globally by 2025 and is set to grow at 6.6% CAGR all the way to 2035. In this episode of Logistically Speaking, I am breaking open the real numbers, the real deals, and the explosive opportunities waiting for logistic companies. Stay with me because by the end, you will walk away with a list of opportunities and actionable steps to enter one of India's fastest emerging, most lucrative niches. India's defense export hit a record 23,622 crore, which is 2.76 billion in 24-25, a 34-fold increase from a decade ago, and is expected to cross 50,000 crore by 2029. Analysts estimate that India will spend between $250 and $300 billion on defense modernization from 25 to 2035 as it pursues long-term plans for new fighters, warship, drones, and missile systems. With the government's Atmanirbhar Bharat push, as much as 60 to 75% of this future procurement is expected to come from Indian defense manufacturers. In fact, the government expects this sector to be a key category which will provide 25% share in India's GDP by 2047. In fact, defense manufacturing sector can be called sunshine sector of the future, looking at the possibilities. But behind all this expansion lies a critical, often overlooked pillar: defense logistics. Every new plant, partnership, and platform requires a secure, high-trust supply chain. Defense logistics covers secure transportation, high security warehousing, maintenance and MRO support, customs and regulatory compliance, tech-enabled tracking, and chain of custody systems. If defense logistics typically account for 1 to 1.5% of India's total logistic ecosystem, then the country's projected logistic growth over the next decade translate into an estimated $3 to $5 billion in specialized defense logistic opportunities. The co-development of the BrahMos missile by DRDO and Russia set the foundation for a new wave of international defense partnership, expanding India's manufacturing capabilities and boosting exports. Tata Advanced Systems now work with Lockheed Martin to produce aircraft wings and with Boeing to manufacture vertical fin assemblies as well as the complete fuselage and key structural components for Apache attack helicopters. Drone production is another fast-growing area. The JSW Defense and Shield AI partnership to build a drone manufacturing plant in Hyderabad is expected to create significant downstream opportunities, including over 500 crore in specialized logistic demand. From secure warehousing to controlled transport, export handling, and MRO support, the defense logistic ecosystem is rapidly scaling. Companies like Mahindra Logistics and DHL are already partnering with OEM to deliver integrated high-security logistics solutions. There is often confusion about whether the only Indian rule for defense manufacturing also apply to logistics. India maintains strict controls including FDI caps and licensing for defense manufacturing because it wants strategic control over weapon production. But logistic, transport, warehousing and freight services are not automatically treated the same way as of now. Defense logistic providers operate under commercial and security regulations such as controlled access facilities, trained personnel and specialized certifications. They don't face the ownership restriction that apply to defense OEMs, though they must meet strict security clearances and contract conditions. That said, given how sensitive defense movement is, logistics may also need stronger local ownership. As I have said before, Make in India will succeed only when Move in India is fully aligned with it. Earlier regulations created several self-imposed constraints. For example, allowing defense export through only a single East Coast port while most production happened in the West Coast. There were also challenges in hiring labor for large one-time defense projects, such as for 10,000 drones in a year or maybe for some other volume which is having short duration contracts. The recent easing of restrictions along with the new labor laws that enable more flexible contract-based hiring will help remove these bottlenecks and support faster, more scalable growth in the sector. India's defense logistic market is projected to grow at 8.6% CAGR from 25 to 2030, reaching $18.9 billion. Rising domestic procurement, export and private sector participation are driving this growth. Any new plant means more parts, more supply chain and more demand for logistics. This is a decade-long runway. Don't miss it. Now, let me talk on 6 high-potential business areas where logistic companies can make good money. Number 1, secure warehousing. Access controlled, monitored 24/7 facilities are on high demand. Number 2, MRO and reverse logistics. There is possibility of multi-year contract with a huge margins. Number 3, specialized transport corridors. The demand for temperature controlled, guarded, ultra-precise movement would increase in the coming years. Number 4, custom compliance services. This is a niche, highly lucrative skill set where your expertise would matter. Number 5, tech-enabled chain of custody. Blockchain, GPS, locking, encrypted tracking all will help. And number 6, integrated logistic park. The possibility of co-developing and co-locating on long-term basis with the OEMs would ensure for future-proof revenue. Heavy-duty compliance, trained staff and capital for controlled facilities are must-haves. But the companies that invest early will become the backbone of India's defense ecosystem. You can start as early as the first half of 2026. What you need to do is build security-first infrastructure with a strong SOPs, personal verification and access control. Partner with one OEM as their certified logistic or MRO partner. Pilot a digital chain of custody project to prove reliability and win bigger contracts. I have given you a step-by-step playbook for entering into defense logistics. If you are a logistician, give me your comments on your views on the potential of defense logistics and whether the compliance is too complicated. And of course, would you expand to defense logistics? Make sure you like and subscribe for more logistic industry playbook every week. Thank you for watching and see you next time.